cost approach section can generally be left alone for the most part. I've created a couple of quick lists, three it looks like. The first one, quick list number 61, is the one that's usually in here. Now the cost approach is also on the main form. It's this section right here, and I honestly try whatever I can to not have to do the cost approach. It's not my favorite thing to do, and it's really not all that relevant, so I usually try not to do it. There are a lot of times, especially with our AMC clients, where the client requires it, and when that's the case, I meet the client's requirements and I do the cost approach. However, for this one, I'm just going to walk you through the quick lists that I have. So the neighborhood is going to stick right in here. If you hover over it, it'll tell you, this is Larkspur, so it could be populating with the city or with the neighborhood. It tells you right there. It's populating with the neighborhood. So right now, it says that we're not doing the cost approach. This paragraph right here says, we've decided not to do the cost approach because there aren't any land sales in the area. Well, that's not the case here in Larkspur, but in most neighborhoods that is the case. The other option I have for cost approach says that we are in an area of older, very established homes, and that the cost approach is most appropriate and accurate for use with newer homes, and our home is really old. So if you're using that quick list, you want to make sure that you're looking at the age of the property, of the subject property, because this quick list is going to come up and say the subject property, like the subject property that are in excess of 50 years old. And if your property is only 25 years old and you're talking about your property being over 50 years old in your addendum, you're going to make your PAMI look like a big old dum-dum, and nobody wants to do that. So just make sure that if you're using this version of a quick list in your cost approach, that you verified in the improvements how old your property really is. This one's 5 years old, so that particular quick list is not going to be appropriate. I'm going to do the cost approach on this report because it's required by my client, but I wanted to go through and show you the different quick lists that we have available for this one. The third cost approach quick list talks about how it's been required by the client. So let me find my cost approach section, and let's take a look at that verbiage. Where'd you go? Here we go. Sometimes they require us to do the cost approach and we don't have land sales, but they still want us to do it. So if that's the case, then we just put this in there. For the most part, you'll be using number 61, which says no land sales. So that is the cost approach.